Hey, it's Tom Llewellyn. Hey, taken for granted, right? We talked about African Americans and Democrats and whether they're getting taken for granted for their vote, and I would say, yeah, pretty much. But I think just as important, what about all the other of us, right? When you look at this avalanche of mail I've been getting the last couple of weeks, all the commercials that I see on TV and the social media, it's pretty obvious that we're all getting taken advantage of, right? When, kind of put it in context, two things. So first one is when you look at the amount of this guy's saying that guy's awful, this guy's saying that guy's awful, and at the end of the day, what you're voting for is the lesser of the two awful candidates, right? You don't have any choices, or they're telling you you don't have any choices, so you got to vote for the least awful one. Well, that in itself, I mean, that's awful, right? That is just not the way it should be, and that's why Civil's here. We want to give you a different option, something a little more optimistic, a little more visionary, a little more pointed to the future. But when you get out of the bad guy stuff to just what they're covering in the elections, like pre-existing conditions, look, there isn't a problem with pre-existing conditions. There just isn't. It doesn't exist. It's right out of Saul Alinsky's Rules for Radicals, where he basically says, go into your community, tell them they have a problem, whether it's real or not, and then tell them you're going to fix it and be the hero, even if whatever your fix is doesn't fix it. And that's kind of the way politics works. And it's kind of on both sides. Democrats are really good at it. Republicans are trying to figure it out. But it's awful. They're taking you for granted when they do that, because if you're trying to fix a problem that doesn't exist, what does that really mean? And besides pre-existing conditions, the number of things that are just outlandish lies about Social Security and Medicare are shocking. So first of all, people that are telling you that guys, they're bad because they said anything about Social Security or Medicare, are actually trying to say, hey, we got to fix this. Sadly, we can't have a conversation, because every time you have a conversation, it shows up in a commercial on what a bad guy you are. Given that as one thing. Second, if they're also telling you that, I am protecting and defending, right? Well, nobody's done anything in 30 years, right? We're $100 trillion in unfunded mandates for these two programs. $100 trillion. It's 5 times our GDP. 4 times our GDP. It's crazy. Why would you not fix your literally most gigantic financial problem? Why would you not take a look at it? Shocking. It's just shocking. And the other one that I love is people getting on, well, I put in money to the system and I deserve to get all the money I deserve, right? Well, what the hell does that mean? So just to give you a couple examples, the guy that made minimum wage the last 50 years, all 50 years, and just retired, probably put in about $35,000. Now, he's not going to live as long as a rich guy, maybe 10 years, but his benefit will be around $250,000. So what does he deserve? The $250,000 or the 35? I don't know. And the rich guy, the rich guy probably puts in about $250K and gets back $1.1 million in benefits, right? Should he only get 250, or should he even be in the system? If you're rich enough, you shouldn't have to, right? So at the end of the day, there's all this disinformation that's basically takes you for granted, because it's not educating you about the problem. It's just saying, bad guys, or, we're taking care of it. It's a bunch of bull pucky, right? Anyway, they're taking your vote for granted, guys. They are absolutely taking your vote for granted, and they are running our government into the ground. Into the ground. Anyway, write in Tom Llewellyn on November 3rd, or if you're doing a mail-in ballot, do the same. Hey, talk to you next time. Thanks.